the blinds, all over the nest. Flaco can't calm down, slight, I'm stuck. Can't let up, cause I'm having fun with it.
I'm your host, Nocturnal, and today, or tonight, we got a special guest in here, man, where I think he's super nice at freestyling, and you can hear the drive, ambition, emotion when he's spitting and stuff, and he's rapping and shit, bro. We got Jay Flaco in here, bro. How you doing?
Hey, it's your boy F. Yo, I'm happy to be here, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be doing this right now. Shout out to you, you know what I'm saying? Doing it big for the artists out here.
I'm trying to keep people updated on what's going on and shit, you know what I mean?
Hey, honestly, like, we need something like that. We need more of this, you know what I'm saying? Because we have so much of everything, and it's like this part of the culture is like a lot of people they don't get into it, but I fuck with what you're doing and like, gotta keep it going, you know?
Yeah, have to, bro. Have to do it for everyone. I want to start off, bro, with like your early life. You said you're from Mississauga. How was that? What was that like growing up and shit? Like, where are you? Like, what part of Mississauga are you from? Let's get into that first.
Yes, so I'm from the very, very west side of Mississauga, which is like borderline Mississauga and Oakville.
Yeah.
And it's a place called Ridgeway and College Way. And it's a block 3480 Colonial Drive. That was the first.
You said that. Yeah, you said that in a freestyle.
When after I was born, you know what I'm saying? The first block I lived on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, what did I say? Something about 3480 Colonial, where we from, you know?
Just about that dealer that Range Rover does. Pull up to the cut with them runners, y'all know what's up. If you in the club with us runners, it's all love. 3480 Colonial, where we from.
Yeah, that's what you said.
And, yeah, that block is just like, it's a government block that they built in Mississauga, and like, I guess, like, you know, it was notorious for all the stuff, like, you know, all the crazy stuff that happens there, but I couldn't be more proud to be from anywhere. And I think that block and the people that I've met on that block have shaped me and influenced me to become who I am today. I wouldn't necessarily say as an artist, but I feel like it definitely does tie into that, you know? It's a lot of culture there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of different races, a lot of different cultures, and a lot of good people. I'm still close to a lot of people that I grew up with over there. Yeah. But my parents had me at 4. My parents were both 14 when they had me.
They were super young.
Yeah, super young. And yeah, like, you know, my mom's Colombian, my dad's Ecuadorian, and my pops came from America. He lived in New Jersey, and I guess he was a bad boy out there, so he moved out here and met my mom, and they had me. And my dad was more like into that like gangster Spanish rap, and like, you know, my mom was into the Spanish stuff too, but my mom and my uncle and my aunt were the ones that were always bumping like old school hip hop, because they just came in that era, right? They came up in that, so they were always bumping the old school shit. And growing up, I just like, you know, a lot of that Biggie, Tupac, Big L, Nas, you know, all those greats. My mom was always bumping them. She liked to bump a lot of reggae. Yeah. And she even though she's not Jamaican, she still loved that. You hear my mom speaking patois, like, you think she's Jamaican. It's crazy. But yeah, she just kind of like always had the music blasting, and I was always the one singing along. And when I was young, a lot of my music credit, I give it to my uncle, because he kind of gave me the hunger and drive, because he's 7 years older than me, and he was like freestyling and rapping when I wasn't even in diapers, you know? Like, he was doing it from young, and like, as I started to grow and watch him do what he was doing, and he was freestyling every day, and like, one day I'm just like, I'm gonna try. And I would try, and obviously I wasn't making no sense, but I kept trying and trying, and so I kept trying to be better than him or be like him, and that turned me into this freestyle monster like that I am today. And it's like it's a passion that I've had from like 5 years old, 6 years old, and to this day I'm proud to say that I still do it, and I'm confident in my skills now, you know?
Yeah. So you guys would just, so basically would you guys just be like sitting across the couch from each other, just spitting freestyles and shit?
Yeah, like, yo, it would be wherever. Like, he was doing it more than me. I was more like, how I got started was like, we had moved from Mississauga to Milton, and I guess he had made some friends at high school that like to rap and stuff. So they had like GarageBand and a microphone in their room. So I was always on the computer outside his room listening to them rapping and recording and shit like that. So like one day I came in the room and stuff, and he's just like, yo, it's your turn. So he made me rap in front of everybody and shit, and then everybody would go, and like then he started like inviting me more to try it. And from there, like any rap for family, we rap for friends, or we rap just to each other. Like we rap battled a lot, and he used to beat me a lot, and that just made me want to get sicker with it, you know?
Yeah.
Get some W's too.
Yeah.
But that's how I became the artist I am today. I don't think if I didn't start from that young, that I would be the rapper I am today.
When did you start making songs?
Like the earliest I made songs was obviously not the highest quality. It was off GarageBand and stuff. But me and my uncle did remixes to I'm On One and some Mac Miller beat. I remember I had 2 verses that he made me lay down, and like my voice is all high pitched and squeaky, but like I'm here thinking I'm spinning bars and shit, like. And yeah, those are somewhere on Facebook, deep somewhere. I don't know where I'm gonna find those, but I started that back in like grade 7. I started recording, and it's crazy because from there I didn't really record much after. I was always just trying to work on my songwriting after grade 7. But in grade 9, I got kicked out of school in Mississauga, got in trouble with the legal system, and I moved to Hamilton. And so
you were in Hamilton, eh?
Yeah, I lived in Hamilton. I got kicked out of school grade 9. So summer of grade 9, my dad scooped me, and he brought me to Hamilton, and he was staying at Parkdale and King. And so we had a nice house there, and that's where my music journey really like started to develop, because I had met, and you just interviewed him, I had met Tyrex.
Yeah.
My brother Dalton, rest in peace, and Stanley. And I met those guys, and Dalton had the studio, and Rex and Stanley were from the block, and they were heavily invested into the music too. So we started a group called Music Motivated Family. And with those guys is where I started recording a lot more consistently, because Dalton was giving us a place to go record, and we kind of just started this whole group because we all love to make music, and we all went there. And I'm pretty sure the first track I recorded in Hamilton was called The Truth Teller, and then I proceeded to make a track called Bipolar and Dreamworks, and like they're all like, there wasn't a lot of time spent on them. They were kind of just like, okay, record, throw a quick mix, and I released them.
Yeah.
But those tracks to this day are monumental to my life, because I realized that I have some potential, you know what I'm saying? And those tracks were big for me. And from there, it was kind of like my story gets so deep. Like if I could sit here with you all night telling you about every single thing I've been through and what it led to and what came about out of it. But like, we'll hear that in the music. You know, I try to always put it in my music, but Hamilton is where it started. And with that group of people, the Music Motivated Family, Street Smart Empire, Supreme Dynasty, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's hype, bro.
But that's where I really started recording was grade 10 when I was like 13, 14.
Okay. Were you listening to, because like you said, your uncle was a big influence on you, Nas, Biggie and Tupac with your mom playing in the crib and stuff, but like, who were you listening to them mainly that like in high school? Or who else were you listening to?
In high school, that's where I started to obviously
branch
like
out?
would go back to tracks that like I still feel to this day from the old guys. But like when it comes to like the new school and stuff, like I was really bumping Joey Badass at the time.
Yeah, he was huge. How old are you?
I was like 13, 14. That was like grade 10. So like I started bumping Joey from like grade 9 and grade 10, and that's when he was on his come up.
Yeah. And
I was bumping Dizzy Wright, super heavy. Yeah. And there was a low key guy at the time that was signed to Rick Ross that like not a lot of people knew about, but he had some.
Stolly.
And Versace shades trimmed in gold. My life's big, let them cameras explode and capture these rags, a richer story that I unfold. A youth fountain for the.
Nah. Rocky Fresh.
Okay, I know who Rocky Fresh is.
Thing that's keeping me cleaner, that'll get me out the jam into a jam-packed arena. Everything that I dreamed of, rocking out at these pack shows, leaving with so many girls that I gotta pack.
Yeah, like, yo, back when he was
Yeah.
like, he had this shit called Driving 88, and all his new shit he came out with, like, that time frame, like, Rocky Fresh, like, helped me as an artist, because, like, he was crazy. And obviously I was, like, into Drake and stuff, all that. Like, Drake was big, you know, he's big for a lot of artists, but, you know, other than that, like, those few guys right there, I kind of had them on repeat, just going around.
Yeah. What about I seen you on YouTube on like Saga Battlegrounds, bro. The freestyling like battle. I seen you on that, and like I always find, bro, I was watching, like, you can hold your own, you can hold like the confidence, but like what's it like with all those people around? Like what's it like in the moment? Like, it's got to be kind of nerve-wracking anxiety.
I like Mike from the free throw, hit hard like Debo, got this shit rolling like we was playing CeeLo.
Yeah, you's completely right, because you could be the most confident person in the world, but you put a group of people around you, and like you feel like you just get thrown into a cage and put on spot.
Yeah.
That moment right there, like, I didn't expect that to turn out the way it turned out with the group of people that showed up, because there's a lot of different people and big faces that you'll see in this video that people from Mississauga would know who they are, and it's like the amount of people that came together that day. The feeling is crazy, you know. Like, I've been in multiple rap battles. Like, I did a KOTD freestyle tournament in Hamilton, and Saga Battlegrounds I kind of put together myself.
Oh, so that was you.
Feeling in the moment is that feeling in the moment is like, you just don't want to slip up, right? You don't want to be the one to say some whack shit or like choke or anything, and it's like, the best way to describe it is like weights on your shoulder, you know what I'm saying? And you're just like, you're kind of tense, and like, you know, you're trying to keep yourself together, but like once you get going, you get going. And like in that battle, I was like, I didn't spit one thing that was written, and I just like went out there and tried to do my thing, you know? But
so mainly it's off the head. It's off the head.
Yeah, like when I say I'm freestyling, like if Flaco ever says he's freestyling, and Flaco is definitely freestyling, and like if it's a rhythm, I'm gonna make sure that I let people know it's a rhythm. But more times than not, like all this shit, I'm not spitting stuff that's off written.
Was it like back to the freestyle? Was it like you get your first bar off that makes the crowd like jump and like gets their attention? Was that like when you like you had it, like, okay, fuck it, like we're getting it? You know?
Yeah, like, yo, I know that like not every single bar is gonna punch the way you want it to punch.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just a build up of like, okay, you say a couple sick things, but then you say this one thing that catches everybody's attention that's gonna make them go woo. And then once you get that reaction, it kind of fuels you to keep going. And like, you need that when you're freestyling. Like, even if it's not like a rap battle and you're freestyling for a group of people, it's more like, I try to like look and see who's around and see, and I play off of it. So like if I know somebody, I could say something that's gonna make someone laugh or smile because it's gonna remind them of something, like I'm gonna do that, you know?
Yeah.
At the same time, it's like you can't always just like go off the spot, like rap about whatever is around you. So sometimes you have to just like go deep into your own story, or like I like to manifest a lot. Like when I freestyle, I like to talk about stuff that hasn't happened yet, or if it has happened, because I like to envision it. And sometimes I show myself some shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fair enough, bro. Visualization, bro. That's the best thing, bro. When you visualize it, that's what you got to do. So when I first came on your Instagram page, like I saw like when I was watching your freestyles, the first artist that came to my mind, like when I was listening to you, was like Meek Mill, bro. Because the emotion, the ambition, all that, I could hear it in your voice, just like I hear it in his when I listen to his music.
So I'ma spit it from my heart. This for all my people in the dark. Yeah, I was in the dark trying to light a spark. It got really hard. I'm not gonna say it's easy, cause it's not. I remember when I was 2, walking on this block. I remember when I was 7, running around the block. I remember when I was 14, I seen my 5th Glock, and I was wondering if the street life will ever stop. I could tell it what it is, I could tell it what it's not. And it is what it is, but it is what it's not.
Where does that come from? Where does that come from? Like, was that like when you were younger, like a youngin', and like that was always with you?
I feel like when I was younger, I was very angry, you know?
Yeah.
I was always on the move, and me and my mom was young, obviously, because she had me at 14 and stuff, and she did it all her, like my pops was in and out, like she did it all herself, and like I never had that one place where I could live to to kind of just establish myself. Like I can never say I've ever lived in an actual house. I did, and my grandparents were like, you know, but me and mom were on the move. So I feel like all of that energy and that passion that you're hearing in my music comes from everything I've been through in life, and like just the anger, the sadness, and all of that. And I learned how to put it into my music, and like it just helps me release. So when I'm freestyling or when I'm making these music, I don't make music for clubs and stuff like that. Like I make it to make people feel a way and to for people to learn from it. So it means a lot that I got a reference from like Meek Mill, because like I rock with him a lot too. You know what I'm saying? Like he definitely put his pain in his music, and I know that's what drives him too. You know, but I'd say it's just the pain and my story, right? Like for people that know me, they know why I rap the way I rap, because like I've been through a lot of shit and I'm still here. And so I'm gonna let everybody know that when I'm rapping, you know?
Straight up. My favorite freestyle of yours is the underground freestyle when you're in the whip, when you're in that parking garage. Like that shit's hard.
That one, yeah, that one was hard. That one was hard still. I remember that day we had planned that. It was supposed to be just a photo shoot.
Do the boys just say like, yo, like spit one and we'll record it? Is that how that shit comes about?
That my manager had put that together. It's just supposed to be a photo shoot, but he's like, yo, cause I was ghost for a long time when it comes to like me as an artist. Like I went through a lot of personal.
Yeah, cause whenever I look you up on the internet, bro, I see like a transition from you from when you were a kid to like you now. You know what I mean? So there's a big space.
And there's a whole time gap, right?
Yeah.
There's a whole time gap, and like I'm telling you, like the last how many years of my life have been crazy, and I've been taking a lot of time and like not rushing to release music, because I'm working on a big body of art that like not a lot of people would be expecting because of how long I went ghost. But all that time I was working, I was still doing my thing low key. I just was perfecting my craft and my sound, and like I'm putting together a big body of work right now. But you know, like definitely that underground freestyle was supposed to be a photo shoot, and then my manager's like, okay, you've been gone for a minute, like yo, we should do something like real quick, like do you have a beat that you want to play? And I'm like, all right, cool, run the beat. And then this guy recorded it, and that shit surprised me, because it didn't blow up viral like you think it would, but
locally, yeah.
A lot of people, it's like that video is almost at 4,000, and like for me, I've never been one to like sell short. Every view is a view, and every person that heard that. Yeah. And at the end of the day, like I did get the result. I got results that I wasn't expecting from that, and like that helped me push, because like when I dropped that video, I only had like 200 something followers on Instagram. I'm at 1,000 now, but all of that was just from pure myself and my hard work, and like I know that number is gonna continue growing, and especially after everybody sees what I'm about to do to the game.
Do words come to you naturally? Like how does it work when you're freestyling? Like were you always good with that?
Yeah, like honestly, it was a mind over matter thing. Like it would be like my uncle would be like, yo, freestyle. And like I would be freestyling, and I remember like when I first started, whenever I messed up, I would stop, and my uncle would be like, "Yo, why are you stopping?" Like, you're trying to why stop because I'm shit like this that. No, he's just like, nah, like yo, keep going. Like you have to just open your mind and just like stop thinking so much about what you're saying and just flow. So then over time, I started to rhyme, and like along the way, like there would be times where people would tell me, yo, fam, you're rhyming, but you don't make sense. And then there would be moments of greatness where you would hear some shit that I say, and it's like, oh shit, that was hard. And like over time, like I wanted to just make more sense. So then I kept going. And I think like after I started recording more and writing more, and all of my skills started tightening up, like I started making more sense in freestyles. And like to this day, there's probably a lot of people in this world that have heard me freestyle and really say some shit that like will make you sit back and say like, whoa, you know?
When did you start making songs like Robbery and Mobbin'? Robbery is like fire.
Up and get ate like a lunch or get ate on the stick in the truck. I hit the road and I love to get paid and I'm breaking the bank every end of the month. Deposit so big that the teller look at me and wonder what exactly I do. I ain't gotta tell her, I figure she find her when she see me all over the news, all over the blogs, all over the nets. Flaco up, can't come down, it's like I'm stuck, can't let up cause I'm having fun with it. Hit the gas and I'm gone with it. Watch and wonder where we going with it.
The visuals are fire too. So how did that come about? Like what made you want to write that, and who directed the video?
Yeah, so for the robbery video, it's shot and edited by my dog E-Prod. That guy I've been saying from time, like he's one of the top cameramans in the GTA, and like I watched that guy from one of the first videos. He's the guy that shot the Saga Battlegrounds.
True.
But like from there, I've watched him shoot so much videos, and just like as the years progress, like watch him take it to the next level from like, okay, this is just like a starting videographer to like now this guy, like he deserves to get paid whatever he's charging people, you know?
Yeah.
So that was for robbery, and me and him go way back from like soccer days and when I used to play soccer. And then for mobbing is shot by OTRJ, which I met because we have a lot of people in common. And that guy is hella talented too, because he just came around quick, heard the track, and we just started shooting right away. And we got a couple different scenes here and there. And the edit was hard still, you know. But those tracks all came about, like robbery came before mobbing. And I got a beat pack from a producer called Proper Beats from Mississauga, and he just sent me bare flame. And I remember, like, as soon as he sent me the beat pack, I wrote 4 songs in a row. And robbery was one of them. And robbery was different because I went to a studio and I recorded it while I was drunk. And I got the file back and I'm bumping it. Everyone's bumping it and everyone's like, this shit is fire.
Yeah.
We got unlucky because I had to re-record that track like 4 different times because we had lost that original like file with the waves. Like the engineer said he misplaced it. All he had was the MP3 file. I was like, okay, whatever. I re-recorded that bitch 4 times, like, but none of them will sound like that first time.
Yeah, straight up.
But regardless, like the track was so hard when it comes to like the hook and like the flow and the energy that I brought to it, and I really fuck with that track. And then mobbing, I freestyled that hook.
You freestyled it, eh?
Yeah, mobbing was funny because I'm part of a faction called Runners Club.
I was just about to ask you about that, bro.
Yeah. So I fuck with my dogs in the Runners Club, and that's basically like a clothing brand, but it's more than that. It's like a unit of friends and brothers that come about over time, and we're really close. And we got a studio downtown Toronto, and we were in there once a week for 12 hours. And I remember the first time I went to that studio, my dog K goes and he drops his hook. He's like, "One shit, talk shit, I got it."
Yeah.
And he rapped that hook. I'm like, yo, that shit's hard. So he comes out of the booth. He's like, yo, that's all I have. All I have is the verse. Like, whoever wants to go in there. And he comes up to me and he's like, yo, fam, like, yo, go in there and sauce it. I'm like, yo, fam, don't say a word. So I go walk out the door. I go walk into the booth. And I'm not even going to lie to you. I had no idea what the fuck I was going to do. I had no idea what I was going to do. And I kind of said, yo, play it from the beginning. So I'm playing it from the beginning and I'm listening to what the man's saying in his rap. And then when it came down to my hook, the only thing I thought of in my head, I was like, talking and talking, I walk it. And if I walk in, and so I did it down so sick the first time that I just went and I'm like, yo, keep that. And then I did some ad-libs. And then after we had that rough version for a couple of weeks, and then I went in there and re-recorded it, added some background vocals, added in my verse, and that's how that track came about. And I fuck with that track super heavy still.
What about Smile? Smile just came out, bro. That shit is hard too. When did that drop? Today?
Yeah, that just dropped the other day. That's with my bro 4-star General from Mississauga, and that track's like 3-4 years old.
Okay.
3 years old, I'm pretty sure.
So you guys just
and he just had it
in the vault.
Yeah, he just had it in the vault, but like I like that he wanted to drop it because like I feel like that's the track perfect for what's going on right now. Like, you know, a lot of people, different people are dealing with different things and feeling pain, and I feel like that track is kind of like a positive, uplifting, and it brings you, and it has that old school rap type of vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Where do you want to go with this rap shit, bro? Where do you see yourself like in 5 years? What do you want to do?
That's a big question. That's a big question because a lot of different rappers, I have a lot of different answers for that.
Mm-hmm.
And me with this music, I have a bigger plan. I have a bigger picture. I've been a big dreamer since I was a little kid, and I envision myself. I don't see myself being no A-list, no famous, everybody screaming my name and signed to a major. All I really want from this music is to put myself in a position to be able to make enough money off of it where I could invest into more businesses.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, I'm doing this shit to be great. Like, when I do my music, I just want to be great. I want to be known locally. I want to be able to build studios and continue rap, hip hop, or any type of music within the areas. Like, I do plan to be a businessman in the future, and I'm just using this music as a gateway to put myself in a better position. So I see myself making money off shows, money off clothes, money off streaming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And don't get it twisted. Like, if labels start coming and offering me stuff, like, I want to work it in a way where I'll always be independent. But you know, if there is a label that's willing to put some money down on me, and you know, I will work with them. And at the end of the day, it's all about staying independent because I'm very family oriented. So I couldn't picture living that lavish big man lifestyle. But I do want my music to change lives and to help people. And I do have a lot of big things coming. Like, I'm probably gonna be doing music consistently until I'm about in my early 30s, and I'm 22, so I have 10 years to go, and I have a plan. I have blueprints and stuff, like, and it's all about to start happening like very soon. Once this quarantine's done, God willing, like, I'm gonna be locked in the studio, and I'm gonna finish this project that I've been working on for like almost 2 years now. And there's gonna be a lot of visuals coming. Like, that's what I want all the listeners and everybody listening to this that rock with me, that rock with you, to know is that, like, I'm about to start dropping consistently, like, you know, and we're gonna see where it goes from there. Because I'm hoping that with that being consistent with the visuals and with the hard tunes, that we could create the buzz that we need to start filling up shows and to start doing it on a higher scale, you know.
Well, you're at a good spot, bro. You said you're from Saga. You're right beside Toronto, bro. So you got a nice little, you know what I mean, network of connections. Who knows who's gonna be listening to your shit? You know what I mean? It could be some important people. But who are you fucking with right now from Saga that you want to work with, or like some artists that you plan on maybe having on the project coming up and stuff like that?
Yeah. So, I definitely from the city. There's a lot of people I work with, a lot of different people, just because it's the city I'm from when it comes to Mississauga.
Yeah.
But one of the main one is one of my close friends, and he's doing it real big right now. It's AR Paisley.
Oh yeah, he's doing it huge right now.
I work way too hard to be this poor. Is karma real? Asking what is this for? 1 million plus, man, that's what I wish for. Heaven's gate to hell cages, which is which door? I'm still trying to stay afloat and stay level-headed. Do the verses and the pictures, hope they get the message. I can't never take these meetings till I get the leverage. Cause if I see the numbers, I might get offended.
He's doing it real big, and like, me and that guy, when it comes, I haven't brought him up yet, but when it comes to freestyling and stuff like that, like, that guy was always just like my uncle, where he motivated me and pushed me to be better just because of how sick he was.
Yeah.
And me and him, like, we were on the same soccer team and shit like that. Like, so we got really close, and like, we always discussed music, always freestyled. And me and that guy actually have a lot of bangers that are just sitting in the vault. I don't know what to say. Like, you know, I want to release them, but we're gonna get there, you know.
He was in the robbery video.
Yeah, he was in the robbery video, and that's mad love, because like, his manager was managing me at the time.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, he just wanted to help me, and he fucks with me a lot. So I appreciated it for him coming and doing that cameo.
Yeah.
Me and him have some real good tunes that should be dropping sooner than later, you know.
Yeah.
Other than that, like there's Astro Kid J. He's from Brampton. That guy is doing it big right now too. Y'all should go check him out. Like he's a young gun, and I just fuck with his swag and his flow.
Yeah.
And I think me and him haven't got a chance to work yet, but I definitely want to get him on my project.
Yeah.
Other than that, like I do see myself working with a Toronto artist that I won't disclose right now, just because I want it to be a surprise when everyone's gonna be like, oh, this guy's working with him.
Yeah.
And other than that, me and Tyrex have like, me and him have like 2 bangers.
I'll be listening to that. Both you guys are fire. So I fuck with you boys. So
Yeah. Other than those guys, there's probably a couple more low key mans that I'm gonna work with. That probably is the whole project's gonna be crazy. Still, there's not gonna be like a crazy amount of features other than the ones that I just said. But you know.
How's it coming along? How's it coming along?
It,
Is there a title for it? Is there a title for it? Like you got a name for it or no?
Right now I'm kind of sitting like I think it's gonna be self-titled.
Yeah.
I think it's just gonna be FL.
Yeah.
And then an A in the middle, and then CO, because like I don't know if you hear on the beginning of all my tracks, like kind of my intros, I'll be like it's FLACO.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
I think it's just gonna be self-titled FLACO. I feel like that's what I'm transitioning into. Like that FLACO is just kind of like the bigger version of the artist that I once was. Like, you know, it's me taking it up to the next level, and just the structure and the way the tracks are flowing into each other and the shit I'm talking about, like it's gonna be big for me still. I'm excited to release this, and I actually do think that this project is gonna put my name on the map in terms of people won't be able to sleep on me anymore after that, because they're gonna be bangers with some nice features on them, and I'm gonna just hit them with the visuals, and hopefully it does what it needs to do.
I like that, bro, because I feel like that's what a lot of like even like popular rappers are doing these days, where they're dropping like their songs and they're doing, as soon as the song drops, the visuals drop them right with it.
It's an important component to any artist, because you could make good records and good songs consistently, but and you could release them, but I feel like people do like that visual aspect that helps them see who's rapping, and like they could see if they like your style or not, right?
How do you get your name? What's the origin of your name? Is your name like Jay?
Yeah, no, like my real name is Joshua.
Okay.
But when I moved to Hamilton, before I moved to Hamilton, everybody in Saga, Brampton, whoever knows me, they call me Josh, right? And when I moved to Hamilton, everybody was asking what my name, but remember I just got into some legal trouble, so I wasn't trying to tell people what my real name was. I was being extra at those times, and I'm like, my name is Jay. Jay. I'm like, you're like Blue Jay, just call me Jay. So everybody started calling me Jay in Hamilton. And one day it was funny because it was Tyrex. He's at my house and stuff with the dogs, and my dad's like, yo, Flaco. And then Tyrex is like, whoa, what does Flaco mean? And I'm like, yo, Flaco's my nickname. It just means skinny, because my whole life I was super skinny, right?
Yeah.
So then this guy's like, yo, Jay Flaco. And I'm like, that shit sound hard. So,
yeah.
Cause before that, I was calling myself Ace Boogie. You know what I'm saying? Like, not A Boogie. I was calling myself Ace Boogie. I like the character, and like I only released like 1-2 tracks with the name Ace Boogie before Jay Flaco came about, and it was meant to be, you know.
Yeah.
But that's how that name came about. But Flaco, there's just I've been skinny. I was skinny. I'm bigger now, but like, I was skinny my whole life. So my mom and dad are just like, yo, Flaco.
I need a Tyrex Jay Flaco project, bro.
Honestly, that's something interesting that you bring up, because me and him have been plotting in the background, and we do have some tracks that will be able to go on it, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be called Supreme Redemption. We both agreed on that, and that's the group that we were in with our brother that passed away. We used to call each other Supreme Dynasty, so it started as Street Smart Empire, and then it went to then we made the music motivated family, and then from there we were Supreme Dynasty, and Dalton was getting us shows everywhere and putting us on at such a young age, and he passed away, and we all kind of like dispersed like before it happened, and now me and this guy are trying to work on some a real nice thing and do that for him, you know, because Lord knows that guy was one of the sickest rappers in Hamilton. He just didn't get a chance to let his light shine, unfortunately, you know.
So you said you're working on the project. Is there anything you're gonna drop soon, or you're just gonna hold off? You're just gonna hold off?
No, so definitely, without trying to say too much, I know that AR Paisley is gonna be dropping one of the bangers that we have, and so when he drops that banger, literally right after, I'm gonna drop probably like 3 tracks that are fucking hard as a motherfucker, like.
Cause the people will be paying attention to you after that. Yeah.
Yeah, like, so that's what I'm saying. Cause like right now I feel like they're sleeping on me. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I could probably be a lot bigger, but that's on my own self. Cause I did go ghost, and all of this stuff's happening right now. So kind of like I was about to go full force. Like when it came to like visuals, like I was hungry. I did robbery in the summer. I did mobbing in the winter. Yeah. And I was literally telling myself and my crew that like, yo, we're gonna start shooting consistently every week. And this shit just blew up, and I haven't got a chance to do that. But once I get a chance to do that, then it's time to elevate. And I'm probably, once this guy drops the track, I'm gonna drop 3 tracks after that, and those are gonna be some big tunes still. It's gonna be something for y'all to listen.
You gotta drop some more freestyles too, bro. Cause freestyles are hard. I like the freestyles over the soulful beats.
Yeah.
Like those ones speak to people, you know.
Definitely, and I just pulled up on my uncle, you know, the same one I've been telling you about, and we're here right now, and me and him had the idea like, yo, let's go throw on a couple different beats and let's freestyle. So definitely within the next couple of days, like me and this guy should be releasing a freestyle on my Insta page that should be just like me and him going at it, and I'm sure that we're gonna say some shit, you know.
For sure, yeah, bro. I'll promote that for sure. I have a small audience, you know what I mean? Like I'm nothing crazy, but for sure I'll show the support, bro.
Yeah, no doubt, fam. I appreciate it. Even just doing this, like this is big. Like I said at the beginning, like this is a part of the culture that like even me myself, I had the idea of getting one of my young dogs or just somebody that I fuck with that fucks with music to like go around and start interviewing people and stuff, and like, you know, we just gotta keep working and we gotta keep pushing and we gotta keep lifting each other up as a unit, you know, because we all want the same thing, and all that is to follow our passion and to do what we love, right?
I appreciate you coming on here, bro. Talking to me about like your early life upbringing, what music you got coming out, your journey. So much love, bro. And like I want to do it again when the tracks drop. We can catch back up and shit.
Yeah, no, definitely. A lot should be progressed from there. You know what I'm saying? And we're definitely I'm not gonna lie, you're one of the first people to interview me like this. So I'm definitely moving forward as I hit new milestones and I reach new goals. I will definitely come in here to like keep you filled in, and especially because you know you're a supporter, and I support what you're doing too. So let's definitely stay connected and keep it going, and let's grow.
100%, bro. Yeah, I appreciate you coming on here, brother.
Hey. Yo, have a blessed night, fam. It's your boy FLAC. You already don't know what it is.
There you go. All right, bro. Easy.
I'ma holla at you.
Over the blogs, all over the nest. Flaco up,